This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, a bit planner, Kempower and bilkomponenter.
Yo, what's up? Today we're going to do a Sunday drive of the Audi A6 e-tron Avant Quattro. So yeah, I didn't bother doing it with the S6 because I wanted to wait until it's warm enough. Okay, it's not 25 degrees today, but at least around 15 to 17 degrees Celsius. So it should be efficient, right? So yeah, we have 20-inch summer wheels now. Michelin Pilot Sport EV. And yeah, this probably matters for you, but then you show the 235, 45, 20, and then the rear, it is staggered, so the rear is wider. 265, 40, 20. But when I had the S6, I had fatter tires and 21 inch, so yeah. Let's see, Audi, yeah, nice. But it is the poor man's Audi because this is stripped down. It's only 840k NOK. Well, actually, no, it's more 860 with some of the paint color. But yeah, for example, we don't have head-up display. We don't have massage. We still have a nice big screen, but it's lacking some features. But it should be efficient, right? So yeah, we are topping up now, back to 100%. 7.5. No. I need to set somewhere that it starts HVAC every time. Yeah. Huh? Wait. I already set it to not run air conditioning. Okay, whatever, that's weird. It keeps starting it every time I enter the car, but the route is going to be here. We are now yes here. We'll drive the Ioniq route. Wait, is something closed over there? Oh, what the heck? Oh wow. Okay, that looks pretty bad. I have to check on the map. Maybe I'll skip it. You know what? Maybe I'll take this route instead. Yeah, take Skreia route to Gjøvik, and then we go north here, Lillehammer, and then the plan is to go all the way to Ringebu, and then Venabygdsfjellet, the mountain. Loading, sending data to Deutschland. Wait, this part hasn't loaded yet. Wow. Software in the German car. Now it loads. Wow. About 1 year later than Tesla. But okay, anyway. And then we get over to Atna over here somewhere. And then we head back. And then we'll see how many kilometers can we drive. Can we drive 700 kilometers? Like, was it? Yeah, there was the ID7. Well, it reports 533 here, so that's not too much, is it? Well, we'll see. Let's wait until we finish charging and then off we go. Okay, finish charging to 100%, 533 kilometer reported. Wait, let me use drive select. I'm going to be using efficiency mode now. Wait, efficiency plus. Oh, no, the screen goes kind of. No. Okay, let's not do that. Efficiency, yeah. I don't know what's up with the efficiency plus. Then it turns off some of the displays here. No, okay, whatever. Efficiency. What do we need to go low? Okay, whatever. And then here, it reports 95.2 kilowatt hour. All right. We just passed Maura, and I actually decided to go for this Gjøvik route, or I mean the one via Roa, because okay, on this map it looks quite bad, but when I checked on Google Maps, it's not even red, it's just orange. So I don't know what's up with the German technology, man. But okay, we had to cruise at 80 kilometers per hour. That is 78, 77 GPS speed. Yeah, we are going by the speed limit for once. We need to know if an Audi for once drive at the speed limit, how far can they drive, huh? So we're driving legal. Yeah, I don't want to pay too much taxes, so that's why we follow the speed limit. Consumption is a bit high now because we actually went uphill. Yeah, you see 192, but we see elevation at Home was 200 meters over sea level. So there's always this uphill first, and then we go downhill, and then we see. Gjøvik, and the consumption over here is 147 watt-hour per kilometer. Ooh, so it seems like, here we have almost no wind. So usually the consumption we have at Gjøvik might be close to the end consumption after we do the whole loop. So far I estimate that we might have 640 kilometers of range. Ooh, isn't that close to the VLTP? Huh? We'll see. But it is a bit cold today, only 10.5 degrees Celsius. Ideally we want 25 degrees, but I mean, summer is not here yet, but spring is here at least. Oh, interesting. The battery started at 17 degrees Celsius. It has heated up to 22 degrees during the drive, which means that it must have taken the energy from somewhere, right? So slight losses there. We'll see once we end the trip and see how many kilowatt hour we get out of the battery. We are now at the Ringebu, and the reported distance is 205.3 kilometers from the car, but according to Google it's 207 kilometers. So this car underreports by 0.8%, which means that the consumption here is actually 0.8% lower. So yeah, so far so good. 15.5 degrees Celsius. We still have 71%, so I'm going to take a little pee break now and grab some food. Let me see, I might want to disconnect this. Yeah. So yeah, let me show you outside. So I mean, it's not full-blown hot summer yet. The spring is still starting. The green is coming. But yeah, look at that nice car, huh? So I need to heat up the car slightly in the sun now. We go get some food, and then up in the mountain it's going to be colder. So I've been running now no fans, because remember that no fans is always better than only fans. Okay, we just descended parts on the mountain. Usually I would stop up there in the mountain and shoot a thumbnail, but then we are not allowed to stop now because it is a protected wild reindeer area. So we don't want to disturb the animals. So that's why we stop here, but this should do it. Take a nice thumbnail over here. Yeah, it's a beautiful car. Oh, I can feel it. We have tailwind now finally. You can see it here. We've been running on headwind all this time. Wonder if there's fish here. Anyone who watches my videos that goes fishing, huh? The men? But I wonder, this water, it must be crystal clear and clean, right? You see, you can just fill your water bottle here. Unless someone peed before us there. Look at that. Look at that. Let me see. How cold is this? Oh, it is proper cold. But it's tasty. Some people, they buy bottled water from Voss, but here you have clean Norwegian water. Wow, I'm trying to decide whether it's the back end of the A6 that is the most beautiful, or the front or the side. Wow, it's like every angle is beautiful. Okay, anyway, let's proceed with the trip. Wow, look at this. We actually have auto steer here on these kind of roads. What? There is no middle road marking, but the car is smart enough to figure out that it should stay here, not in the middle of the road. It even puts up like a divider there, right? And it stays on the right lane or on the right side. Wow, this is simply amazing. Not many cars can do this. Tesla could do this from 2019, but other than that, most other cars, by the time we get over here, they would try to drive in the middle of the road or auto steer doesn't work. We are getting close to Elbilmek, and right now the consumption is 145 watt-hour per kilometer. But now we have tailwind and downhill, and the consumption will keep dropping and dropping. But interesting, at 50% state of charge, CarScanner reports 44.6 kilowatt hours. So if you multiply by 2, that is 91 kilowatt hour of, no, less than 90 kilowatt hour. So it seems like the state of charge scale is not linear. But also at 50%, GOM claims 330 kilometers. So that means 660 kilometers at full range, right? I mean, 100%. Well, we'll see, but it seems like over 600 kilometers is possible. But now the time is 2 in the afternoon, and I have to get back to the kindergarten by 4:30 roughly. So it means that I need to split this. I'll come back to that, but no problem splitting the Sunday drive in 2 parts or over 2 days. Well, interesting, the battery temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. I think it's been slowly heating up the battery with the leftover heat from the motors. Well, actually, yeah, see, the motor is just sometimes in use, mostly just gliding. So it's already doing the best, or whatever it can to save energy. And right now it's 15.5 degrees Celsius and some sun, well, some cloud, some sun. So I actually have to run only fans now. Yeah, fan speed 1. Just manually, we just override the AC so we get some cooling in here. We're now on the motorway past Elbilmek, and this is the final run for the day at least. Yeah, so it's 3 in the afternoon. I should be in the kindergarten in around 1 hour-ish. And consumption, okay, it was 143 watt-hour per kilometer. It went up slightly, so hopefully it goes down again. But wow, corrected, it's 143 right now. And you know, this car has a WLTP range of 662 watt-hour per kilometer. That could be achieved if we have 142 watt-hour per kilometer. Yeah, but that means you have to drive like a grandma under the speed limit to achieve it. But it is getting warmer now, 16.5 degrees Celsius. So, of course, if it was 25 degrees Celsius, the consumption would be lower. So today it's considered a cold run for this Sunday drive. Yeah, I remember this morning when we drove over here, it was around 12 degrees Celsius only. Alright, we're back home and I pick up Isabel. Yo, what's up? Isabel, can you say Audi?
Audi.
Yeah. Can you say Vorsprung durch Technik? Almost there. Okay, anyway. Now we check the stats here. You see, we've done 501.7 kilometers, 141 watt-hour per kilometer. It's 17 degrees outside. But yeah, also battery temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. We have 24.3 kilowatt hour left. And now here's the thing. We're going to be camping here. I mean, the car will be parked here overnight. And then we start again tomorrow morning. So it doesn't matter, it's a Sunday drive, we can proceed tomorrow to finish it. Yeah, okay, now I need to get in with this and then lots of stuff to do this evening. And you see that I keep the garage nice and warm, 17 degrees Celsius. I'm actually slowly heating it up now. Or, yeah, I use the PDC heater because it's faster than the floor heating. But yeah, she wants to get out. But yeah, so now we go inside and then we let the car park here. All right, it's a new day now, new morning, 8:44. We are about to start again, but interesting. The battery went from 24 to 20 degrees Celsius, but the available energy went from 24.3 to 23.8, maybe because the battery cooled down, I'm not sure, but well, that's a quite big gap. We lost half kilowatt hour. What? Okay, whatever. Let's get going to kindergarten first, and then we go for a drive. You see here, I kept it warm in the garage during the night. Well, it reports 14.5, but actually on the wall there, it reports 18 degrees. Okay, we're back on the road. So yeah, Isabella's been delivered at the kindergarten. And then this will be interesting because yesterday, you see the long term, we averaged 141 watt-hour per kilometer, but this was automatically reset this morning. So will the morning consumption be higher? Well, it should be because the temperature is lower, but then how high will it be? So we'll just drive north now, just slow poke on the motorway, up here Mjøsen route, and then turn around. And then we actually have to end up at Ioniq because I'm doing a range test right after this. Wow, at least today we have better wind condition. No wind at all at Mjøsen. But it's cold-ish in the morning at least, 9.5 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's always a bit colder over here versus Nebbenes or Dal. And then, how far can we drive now? GOM claims 122 kilometers. We have 17.6 kilowatt hour. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we still need to drive north a bit before we turn around. And then let me check something else here. Here, yeah, the battery temperature has not gone up. So it stays the same, 20 degrees Celsius. It goes up slowly. We are now at the Rudshøgda. We're going to turn around and actually stop at Tangen instead, because over here we have nicer weather, so that's better for the range test. It's 13 degrees Celsius. But we are down to 9% battery, and the car estimates that we will arrive at Tangen with 8%. The German software, we should arrive with 1%, not 8%. Yeah, it seems like it doesn't update properly here. So, and this was not the one case earlier also when I had 14% left. I was like, Then I had to stop the navigation, restart again. Or I mean, re-navigate, and then it gave me a good estimation. But it seems like once you navigate now, it's stuck at 8%, which is not correct. Now at 5%, we got a warning. Drive system, warning, limited performance, turtle mode or tortoise mode is now active, but I mean, we still have plenty of power. Yeah, let me see, how far away from, how do we dismiss this? Away from the charge are we now? 14 kilometers away, and then we have 21 kilometers GOM. Yeah, we should be safe. Well, we are now done with the test. I don't want to go deeper. I have 2% left, 3 kilometers of range left, but, oh, that's strange. Okay, 375 watt-hour per kilometer left. The 2% here sounds strange. Maybe it just dropped to 0 suddenly. But okay, and also interesting, see here, this is a total consumption. And then if we go to short term, this was reset this morning, so it was slightly higher than yesterday, but not that bad. Okay. All right, let's plug in. And also, yeah, another thing we should see is that the battery did slowly heat up during the drive from 20 to 24 degrees Celsius. So we ended up here at Ioniq. And since this car can take 280 kilowatt, then those 200 kilowatt chargers, they're not going to cut it. We need 350 kilowatt. Yeah, so actually I've never seen trucks here yet charge here. But let's see, what kind of speed are we getting? Well, you can see on the screen here maybe what it reports here also. Okay, it's ramping up. 152 right now, 2%. Wait. That sounds a bit slow. Let's check inside the car. Oh, okay. Well, maybe the display here is quite slow. Yeah. I forgot. I think there's a lag in that charger display, but we should see it here. Yeah. Go 208 kilowatts. So with only 25 degrees Celsius, we should get close to maximum speed. No, I think we get maximum speed already at 25 degrees. It doesn't have to be that hot. Wait, or maybe it's slightly cold gating, but all good. So to be fair, I added the 450 watt hour that we lost during night. I'm not sure why. Maybe the car was balancing the battery or something. Also, this car underreports distance by 0.8%, so also correct for that. And then we get 670 kilometers of range. Slightly worse than the i4, but that's rear-wheel drive, e-drive 40. But the VLTP here is 662, so we barely beat the VLTP. You see that most other cars, they actually beat the VLTP by at least 10%, right? So, yeah, interesting. Okay, maybe if it was warm outside, yeah, then we could have lower consumption, maybe 130 watt hour per kilometer, and then maybe we can hit the 700 kilometer mark. But I still get the impression that this is not a super efficient car. I mean, okay, compared to, for example, Tesla, yeah, Tesla had a warmer run. But it just seems like the all-wheel drive cars, they are not as efficient than the rear-wheel drive. So maybe if we try some rear-wheel drive ID7, for example, with a big battery, we should get some insane 700 plus kilometer range. But I mean, overall, it's still so good range that you can drive on a long road trip, and then after many hours, like you see now, you know, this trip we drive through the Norwegian B roads where the speed limits are 80 kilometers per hour or lower. And then if you actually follow the speed limit for once, then you have to drive a long time before you need to charge it the first time. And then you just charge for 20 minutes and then you're good to go, and you can drive another 5 hours at least. So yeah, interesting. Yeah. And then some people say, I'm going to try different variants. What about the Sportback version of this? Well, we'll see how popular this car and this video becomes, and then I'll consider Sportback this summer when it's even hotter. So that's going to be for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.